They've already announced like 2 years ago that they're canning whatever other game they were working on, possibly. And instead they're making Assassin's Creed Infinity, which is gonna be a games as a service.
Perfect. Route up if I fall.
Yeah, of course.
And then between then, there's also gonna be, I forget what the supposed name for it was, but the game with Basim from Valhalla. And that's only gonna be a standalone game because it grew out of hand. And considering that, considering what happened with Ghost Recon and Splinter Cell, the new one or remake one, or I forget, I don't think the Basim game is gonna be coming out, y'all. Like they were like, hey, it's gonna be a return to form and all that, and I doubt that because it's fucking Ubisoft. The only return to form for them would be if they made it while harassing the fucking employees, but
yeah. You put the game in your console and an image just appears on your screen of a penis windmilling, and that's it.
No, it's like, did you hear about that one dev for Garry's Mod where they rolled out an update where when you open up Garry's Mod it shows Goatsie'd?
Yes, I had heard there was a relatively major modder that did that. I had never downloaded any of his mods, but yeah, I'd heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, so they just do that. Instead of the Ubisoft logo, you just get Goatsie'd. you get Goatsie'd, but the guy's asshole is the Ubisoft logo. They photoshopped it.
Yeah, there you go.
So anyway. Oh yeah. But so yeah, the Basim game, I don't think the Basim game is coming out. And even if it is, I wouldn't expect it to actually be like good. But it's still gonna be using Valhalla as a basis to go off of. And there's only so much they can do with whatever DLC budget that they have had to change the skeleton. And I legitimately think that the skeleton of how stuff is implemented into the RPG trilogy is just bad.
Yeah.
Like my big problem, and you've heard this a lot, but there's only so many outlets I get nowadays to fucking rant about Assassin's Creed, and I mean we are playing Assassin's Creed, so might as well.
Yeah.
But my big thing with I forgot my point because I was too busy fighting the wolves. So yeah, oh yeah, my biggest gripe with how shit is in the new Assassin's Creed is literally, well, it's twofold in that one of them is just how much time they want to waste. And they will waste by design because, you know, that looks good on paper. They can sell it easier to you, but it's actually nothing. Yeah. But also, just how the things that it's derivative of are not only better, but by a long shot. And it feels like they're not even trying to properly replicate the things they're being inspired by.
Yeah.
Because like it would be one thing if like. And I say this every time, but it would be one thing if like Guilty Gear or Yakuza, they go in a direction that I don't like, but they're still actually like pull it off. Because Yakuza made a pretty good Dragon Quest game from what I hear, and Guilty Gear Strive is a better Street Fighter 5 from what I hear. And you know what? Good for them. I don't need to play those games, but still good for them. And Assassin's Creed is just a hollow shell, a husk of really wanting to be both The Witcher and Dark Souls without actually having to put in the effort to be Dark Souls. I don't know about The Witcher.
Yeah.
Like I've played The Witcher 1 and 2, or not 1 and 2, 2 and 3, but I still don't know. They got closer on that one. Where am I going?
Well, Witcher wasn't good to begin with, so that one was easier to do.
True. I mean, the thing is, for The Witcher influence, you just needed to do big vast open world sex scenes, and that's it.
Yeah.
And they got that down.
Yeah.
But like The Witcher at least has some intrigue in some of its stuff. You know, they like as much as I like, or as much as we like shitting on The Witcher 3. At least sometimes it actually feels like they try to build intrigue and stuff like that. You know, even if it doesn't work most of the time. And with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I feel like I can tell you the 3 types of missions that there was in the game?
Oh, Jesus.
And that's pretty much why I keep fucking harping on about this, because it's not just that it's not just that it feels like the series that I loved a lot left me behind, but also they like it feels like they threw away everything that made them cool, and fell on their ass and were still rewarded.
Yeah.
And like I don't
definitely
know.
get that. Yeah, it's...
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I definitely get that. It's awkward anytime there's a game that you think, like, this is the shit. Why does it get to be successful? And all the games that I like don't get to be as successful. But I don't know. I want to respect people who appreciate some of these things, but at the same time, a lot of these things, it's like, well, even then, could they not make a game that even those people would like better? You know?
Yeah, I mean, like let's just take Pink as an example, or Fred, who did not like Assassin's Creed, likes Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and every time he talks about it, he goes, "It should not have been an Assassin's Creed game. It would have been better," and that's true. Like, having played through that game twice, if they remove all of the stupid assassin shit and they're just like, hey, he'd be a demigod in Greece, I would not have bought the game, but it would have been better. Like, then again, like, even though it does have Assassin's Creed bullshit in it, I didn't want to buy the game. I only bought it because I legitimately expected Ubisoft to be like, hey, you're not getting the Assassin's Creed 3 remake unless you buy Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That is genuinely the only reason I own Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah. Like, it's again one of those things of, like, in the modern age, it's so fucking expensive to make these games, and modern video game publishers are so apprehensive about risk. That's like, if you want to get anything made, regardless of what it is, it has to be attached to a big franchise somehow.
Yeah, which sucks. Because I would like more shit like Mr. Driller. Like, Mr. Driller is a roguelike series that no one knows. And I mean, it's like, apparently, I've learned this recently, it's supposed to be a spin-off of Dig Dug. So hey. Yes, stand, Ezio, call out your stand. They should make that a mod. If it's not already. No, yeah, I was going to say if it's not already. Modding Assassin's Creed is actually fucking hard. At least these ones.
Yeah, some video games are hellish to mod. I can't imagine Ubisoft making these games not spaghetti Cody. You know? Yeah,
they wouldn't give it enough of a shit to make it actually, like, you know, not be a pain.
Yeah, like, especially, this was the era where spaghetti code was the norm and not the exception.
And not only that, but you also have to consider that this game was made by, like, 10 studios, so spaghetti code was not a possibility, it was a requirement.
Yeah. Ugh.
Like, most Assassin's Creeds, until, I wanna say, Syndicate or Unity, were made by, like, 10 studios. Because why not?
Ugh. That way they could pump out one a year, yeah.
Yeah. You know, the more I fucking rant about comparisons with Elden Ring, the more I'm just like, man, I should fucking buy Elden Ring just so I can be like, hey, I fucking played Elden Ring. I can tell you why Assassin's Creed trying to do this is shit.
You gotta stop hate buying things.
I know, but it's a thing. Like, but whenever I make a premature judgment like this, even if I know that it's actually founded in knowledge, in previous knowledge, I'm just like, well, I'm probably wrong. Like, you know, there has to be something that people like about this thing that I don't. And like, usually, I play the thing and I go, yeah, I can see what people like in this. I still don't like it, but you know. That's what happened with Sonic. Yeah, go ahead.
What I would do, personally speaking, is I would keep playing whatever games are on PS Plus Premium, whatever, that they're giving out now, because there's a pretty solid selection there. and save up your money for the next time there's a big game that isn't on PS Plus that you want, you know?
Oh, that's what I've been doing. Well, kind of. I've been playing. I'm playing the PS Plus games, and eventually I'll have money to fix my TV. Hopefully.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a priority.
But yeah, aside from that, there's not like there's games that have already been released that I've looked forward to and I would like to buy. But whenever there would be money for it, I'm just like, well, do I really want to play this game or do I want to record it? Because you know those are two different things.
Yeah.
Would you be kind enough to call the
And it's kind of like a catch-22 because there's a lot of games I would like to record and I think would be fun for content, but I wouldn't want to. Like, well, it's not even that I wouldn't want to play on my own time. I just think it would be better to experience it while getting recorded. It's a weird thing. It's a weird fucking mental condition that YouTube has enforced on everyone under the age of fucking 35.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely experienced that, but at the same time, I think perhaps that bad experience with RimWorld may have somewhat got rid of that for me for at least a little bit.
Yeah. I mean,
the bad experiences with both trying to record RimWorld and Disco Elysium, I'd say.
Yeah, sometimes shit just doesn't work out, and like I've had those bad experiences too. But usually I'm just like, well, I just suck at commentating. That's the problem.
Well, see, I think the thing is, like, you and I think all of us in our group, want to shoot for more intelligent commentary that have more to say about the actual game itself. The majority of people who can do a solo LP of a game they've never played before, or even a 2-man or 3-man LP where none of them have ever played the game before, like... Here's the thing, right? Even for Super Best Friends always had 2 or 3 dudes commentating a game at once. And if it was new to all of them, then that did give them increased space for the guy playing to actually pay attention and stuff. But still, one would have to admit that the best friend LPs of games that they actually liked were instances where one guy was new to the game, but the other guy had already played, right?
Yeah.
Like, I love their God of War playthrough, but they don't necessarily... God of War has a lot of downtime, honestly. When you're just walking around, or you're just happening to run into another pack of enemies, there's a lot to actually, like, unpack. A lot of time to actually unpack. So that's one there, but there are a lot of games where there's, like, no fucking time to do that stuff. And the majority of solo LPers who are playing games blind are doing so not adding anything, having anything interesting to say about the game, but usually just immediate knee-jerk reactions of, whoa, wow, amazing, or just ignoring the game entirely to make stupid jokes, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, those aren't the guys that we want to be, you know?
Yeah, although to be fair, you say that we try to aim for more intelligent commentary. I just say whatever the fuck comes to mind. Is just because I spent like a lot of my time trying to write reviews. A lot of times what comes to mind is game design, or like here's a tidbit that I heard. Especially with these games, because I've played it through the entirety of Assassin's Creed, the whole series, probably twice. So you know. And that's not accounting for the fact that I played through this game once again, somewhere between like 15 and 30 times. I played through Revelations some like 14 times. Oh, it's this mission, whatever. Fuck it, we're here. So yeah, I played through Revelations like 13 times. I played through 2 about the same. Played through 1 like 7 times. Played through Syndicate 5 times. Like, you know.
Ooh.
Like, literally, I can only say that I've played through the Assassin's Creed series twice, because I've only played Origins and RSC twice, and Valhalla once. If I played through those games more times, it could be easily 5 or 10.
Oh,
for
right.
the whole
This
series.
is back in the time period where the common thing was he doesn't save the girl, but it doesn't matter because she's just a prostitute. You know, the good old fucking, what's the name of it? The old expendable prostitute trope. There you go.
Yeah. Alright.
What a fucking waste of time.
I mean, look, we might get a shrunken head. Oh, I can't loot her corpse. Hmm.
Understandably.
Yeah. Anyway. That's enough. They won't know.
Yeah.
Need to steal this picture. Which button is it? There we go.
You're not taking it down, you're stealing it. It's a self-portrait.
Yeah. It's also like
That's such a shitty portrait.
Not only that, but I want to point out, this is a picture of, this is a drawing of Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, that's straight up the AC2 cover
Yes.
of when Ezio didn't have facial hair.
Yeah, that's Giovanni's outfit, yes. I think that was his name.
Goddamn. Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, and because I'm pretty sure that they used the same posters in both Brotherhood and 2. Because, you know, Brotherhood... Because I think Brotherhood... Because, you know, Brotherhood was supposed to be a DLC. And all that. So anyway.
Yeah.
I started blasting.
I love that guy fall. Oh, that guy's fall down the side of the building, pinwheeling.
Yeah. It's what all the kids are doing.
Oh, shit.
It's the new craze.
Yeah. Man. You know, I'm a big fan of recycled assets, but when they do it like that, where they recycle an asset of a character's appearance being the same from the previous game, even though the character's appearance has changed, it is a little bit goofy.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, part of my recycled assets thing is, of course, it makes video game development cheaper and easier. The cheaper and easier video game development is, for one thing, less crunch, but for another thing, it encourages game companies to perhaps take bigger risks because there's less loss if they fail. And at the end of the day, another one of the big things is sometimes it's just nice seeing assets from previous games get reused. And it's like, oh, hey, it's that thing. I like that thing.
Yeah, like in Revelations where they reuse Masyaf from the first game, but, you know, some time has passed and shit, so they just retextured it a bit.
Well, reused maps is always fun, because that, like, especially in multiplayer games, it's always fun to have the features of the new game on an old map, you know?
Yeah.
And there are some games, like, Halo can't ever come out without Blood Gulch. Team Fortress can't ever come out without 2-4. Counter-Strike can't ever come out without Dust or Office, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Assassin's Creed can never come out without Ezio's family. Fucking hanging.
Yeah, I was about to say, just hanging there?
Yeah.
Like, somehow they're in
the middle of
Valhalla, you're just walking along. Just in the middle of the woods for no reason, just a couple of hanged Italian teenagers. And the Viking dude is like, Odin behaves in strange ways.
Well, actually, Viking Gal. Because in Valhalla, they made it so you can choose between, you know, male Ivor and female Ivor, but Ivor's canonical full name is Ivor Odin's daughter, which is just Icelandic, maybe, I think, for Odin's daughter. If you couldn't hear it from my accent.
Oh yeah, I got it. So, do people still call you Odin's daughter even if you picked a dude?
Well, no, the one time they call it, they recorded the lines to be Odin's son, but still. The official, every official piece of thing, aside from the game, calls Ivor Odin's daughter.
Huh.
No, or rather,
And, yeah, so, it's a thing of, like, you know, Ubisoft, you wanna make a female protagonist? Alright, actually fucking write them! For fuck's sake!
She's dead.
Yep.
Merda. What now?
Like, you know, do you know how cool a Shao Jun game would be? But no, we can't have that because it would be too cool. We can't have a game with a female lead because then, whatever, if Guillermo's head will explode.
How to run a business?
What was the spot?
Yeah.
Uncle Mario's for years.
This is different.
What alternative do you have, Ezio?
Right, I forgot. The mom and the sister start running the brothel.
Yeah.
I've been on my own for 20 years.
Fine. I intend to repair the brothel.
Also, Claudia's probably supposed to be about 40 here, and boy, she is not looking it. She still looks like a teenager.
You can count on
Yeah.
us.
Oh no,
Alright, and that's the end. Oh, nope, that is not the end of the mission.
not yet. Oh no, I have to pay 2,500 fucking Florian. To Rosa and Fiore. Whatever shall I do? I only have 10,000.
Eh. Boy, that was remarkably quick.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
everything.
You asked the architect. You asked the architect to do it, and his eyes just roll into the back of his head, and he starts humming in a strange mono-like note tone, and the building just appears.
Now he starts humming Quiet's song.
Here, I keep a list of the
Yeah.
stories taught to
Starts
my
taking off his clothes,
You're not teaching them much.
and then you unlock
Okay.
his body. Yeah.
Ezio, the Borgia made
Okay, I get why the Thieves Guild is like, hey Ezio, could you do this stuff for us? But why is the brothel like, hey Ezio, could you go kill this guard for us?
No,
Because those guards beat up the girls.
we are
They're aggressive Johns.
Come to see me, Risola Tiberina, with her
Well, that could very well be true, but it's a bit unforgiving for Assassin's Creed, honestly.
I
Do
honestly
not
have
swim.
no. That's our goal in life.